Malawa, permanent secretaries, senior government officials, and let me recognize members of the diplomatic corps who are here. Members of our Joint Operations Command for Matabele North Province, Chief Executive Officer for Alpha Media Holdings, Ms. Chiwenga'S Mafukidze, and other Chief Executive Officers to government entities and parastatals here present. But I wanted to say to Mr. Mafukidze, well done. You've grown big from 30, and I see this room is now full, close to 200. Well done. Well, independent power producers and financiers here present, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. It is both an honor and a privilege to officiate this 6th International Renewable Energy Conference and Expo on behalf of the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. This important conference, held under the theme Sustainable Energy Investments for a Better Future, brings together policymakers, energy experts, academics, financiers, business leaders, and other key stakeholders. Together, we will explore opportunities for sustainable investment and solutions to the pressing challenges facing the global energy sector. Let me begin by extending my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests from across the Southern African Development Community region and distinguished visitors from around the world. Your presence underscores the significance of this event and reflects the spirit of collaboration we are working to foster. We are delighted to welcome you to Zimbabwe and invite you to experience both the beauty of our country and the warmth of our hospitality. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, it is important to contextualize this event within the broader global energy landscape. The commitments made in the 24th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP29, to triple renewable energy capacity by 2030 and double the rate of energy efficiency by 2030 are ambitious but necessary goals. Let me also acknowledge the resolutions passed during the last conference in 2024 here when you gathered here in the same conference room last year, and attended achievements thereof, which I was briefed. We had 12 resolutions, and most of them you have achieved, or they are in greater and tangible progress. Only one or two are not yet achieved. But for what you have achieved so far, well done. I want to hasten here to say one area that resolutions was to deal with the storage capacity of the energy so produced. This is a critical area that we want to see the private sector, the financiers, and all stakeholders taking a keen interest. We cannot produce and then let go. We need to harness, and therefore the issue of storage of the power produced is critical. And I urge that this conference looks into that matter critically. Zimbabwe is fully committed to these targets, which align with our national strategy of transitioning to sustainable energy systems. Critical sectors such as mining, agriculture, and manufacturing require constant electric energy supply for operational stability. Therefore, investing in renewable energy such as solar, wind, and hydropower will not only ensure a stable energy supply, but also foster economic productivity. Zimbabwe is already making significant strides towards these goals. The government has implemented key policy frameworks, such as the energy efficiency policy and renewable energy policy, designed to promote a cleaner and more resilient energy sector. We are looking to address challenges related to cost competitiveness, policy uncertainty, and infrastructure development, which are critical to achieving a just and equitable energy transition. As the region, Southern Africa faces common energy challenges, but we also share an opportunity for collective action. By pooling resources and enhancing cross-border energy trading, we can enhance regional energy security, reduce costs, and leverage our collective strength. One example of such cooperation is the Southern Africa Power Pool, SAP, which facilitates electricity trading across member states. Furthermore, efforts are underway to interconnect the SAP and the East African Power Pool, creating new avenues for regional collaboration in energy supply and distribution. Ladies and gentlemen, in Zimbabwe, the national electricity access rate stands at 62%, with rural areas experiencing access levels as low as 20%. This disparity presents both a significant challenge and an opportunity for rapid improvement. The government has already embarked on several transformative renewable energy projects, including large-scale solar farms and wind energy initiatives. Our target is to achieve 2,100 megawatts of installed renewable energy capacity by 2030. This goal aligns with Sustainable Development Goal 7, which seeks to ensure universal access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy. These efforts not only serve as a model for other nations in the region, but also position Zimbabwe as a regional leader in renewable energy development. Ladies and gentlemen, you might want to know that we have now a policy in place for the rural development, industrialization and rural development. That we establish development of projects, the necessary infrastructure where the people are. But for that to happen, we need the greatest enabler, which is energy. This is an area where you can go and do your projects. And the government, as government, we will give you our full support. To support this transition, the government has introduced various incentives to attract private sector investment, including tax holidays and duty exemptions, as outlined in the National Renewable Energy Policy of 2019. We have also developed essential frameworks such as the Solar Integration Plan, the Network Master Plan, and the National Electrification Strategy to ensure the seamless integration of renewable energy into our national grid. In addition to these initiatives, I am proud to announce the launch of Zimbabwe's energy efficiency policy during this conference. This policy aims to optimize the use of existing energy resources, reduce wastes, and promote sustainable practices across the economy. Furthermore, private sector-driven projects such as captive power plants are already underway and are expected to significantly reduce load shedding in the near future, contributing to a more reliable energy supply for all Zimbabweans. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, looking ahead, the government of Zimbabwe is exploring a range of energy solutions to diversify our energy mix. This includes gas-to-power projects, particularly from the Mzarabani gas reserves, which will serve as a transitional energy source in our efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We are also investigating nuclear energy, particularly small modular reactors, as part of a balanced energy portfolio. Our commitment to capacity building for engineers, scientists, and practitioners will ensure we have technical expertise to support these emerging technologies. At the local level, we are promoting waste-to-energy projects, such as the Geopomona project in Harare, which seeks to address both climate change and urban sanitation challenges. We encourage other municipalities, both in Zimbabwe and the wider region, to adopt similar initiatives. Moreover, Zimbabwe holds the largest reserves of lithium in Africa and ranks 5th globally. We are prioritizing the value addition of energy transition minerals such as manganese, nickel, copper, cobalt, and lithium, which would drive the production of locally manufactured energy technologies. These efforts are critical